Where's my ticket? So if you don't get the bandana first, you're trying to tag.
I have seen Vol Leaders change my personal growth so much. I think I came in with a understanding I thought of what leadership was, but Vol Leaders has most definitely redefined leadership for me.
I feel like it brought that part inside of me that I was scared to show.
This program has helped me in so many ways. It's given me so many ideas about a career path that I want to follow. It's taught me so much about myself and my own capabilities.
It's helped me realize that I can lead everyone, no matter how old you are, no matter your skill level on the team. I'm able to help everyone around me reach a common goal.
To be a Vol leader means being the person that's going to humble myself and humble others whilst being able to connect on a different level, and it's given me the opportunity to be the person that I really want to be around others.
As someone who values relationships more than anything else, these relationships that you build as a Vol leader are so meaningful, so impactful, and so special.
Basically, it's just a big honor because the way that the student athletes are chosen is through their coaches, and it's through a selection. So it's basically you're chosen based off of who you are.
To me, being a Vol leader means everything. I was so glad to have this opportunity to be part of this program that literally changed my life.
So this past summer, my cohort and the 5.0 cohort, we traveled to Belize for our service immersion experience. And really the purpose of this trip is to connect everything with what we've learned all year in Vol Leaders, whether that's our leadership skills or our platform through sport and how we can use that, and also just the power of sport.
When we first got to Belize, the first thing I noticed was just how beautiful the country really was and how diverse the cultures were.
Everybody had so much pride in what they had and who they were around, who they were surrounded with, and their values. The amount of pride that they had for themselves and for who they are and who they want to become is just amazing.
What stood out to me was the fact that the athletes in Belize that were professional athletes that might have been Olympians or competing on different national teams for them also had to have jobs. The athletes really give back to the youth, and the servant leadership really shows in that country, and that was something that kind of stuck with me in terms of what I wanted to bring back and kind of implement in my life.
In Belize, with the class, with the course content that we went over, I feel like the biggest thing that stuck out to me was when we talked about the iceberg, where 90% of the iceberg is hidden under sea. You only see 10% of that. From knowing that, we then had the opportunity to reach out to kids and different people like that, so where we had conversations where you can now figure out more about that 90% of them.
So I think there are two main things that I really saw translated that we learned in class to our time in Belize. And one was just the power of sport. That was just so evident when we were with a group of kids. They were a little bit shy, and within maybe 10 minutes of us playing games, they were just brought to life. And it was just so cool to see how just getting active and playing with these kids really connected us to each other.
The most impactful part of the trip to me was being able to meet the director of the YMCA. The things that she was telling us about how impactful she was to her students and how she had to practice grace and like meeting them halfway or meeting them where they were at.
Seeing all the female leaders in Belize, especially the female leaders within the Federation of Football within Belize, was extremely impactful coming from a female athlete. Those women just want the girls in Belize to have every single opportunity they can to play football, to play any sport that they're confident and passionate playing. And it was awesome to see that the push for females in athletics is not just something that I grew up being a part of. It's an international movement, and females everywhere are fighting to do the same thing.
I love seeing all of the female leadership. It was so inspirational, being that I want to be a female leader, I am a female leader. Everything that they did, they gave 100%. And I think that was just really impactful to see, because that's what I want to do in my journey, is just be 100% in anything that I do.
Probably one of the biggest, most impactful experiences I had on the trip was when we helped an organization in Belize called the Hearts of Christ repaint and strip old paint off 3 school buildings. So it was a couple hours of community service, and I just remember after the experience just how good I felt giving my all for people that were willing and happy to receive our service.
The experiences of what we did versus what I expected, and then actually doing it and being completely different, really I think opened my eyes and really helped me appreciate what I have in my life and my ability to help others.
I think sport is the best way possible for all of us to become one and relate on such a personal level. Even with a different language or culture barrier, it was something that brought us together and something that I will never forget.
I think over the past year I've seen myself grow a lot. I think it's been in a bunch of different ways. I think I've become a lot more confident as a leader. I think I've found a stronger voice in myself. And I think that learning how to use sport in a different way and use it for change has really impacted the way that I also lead. And Vol Leaders is the reason that I learned that.
I went home this past summer and everybody was like, so how was your trip? And I was like, first off, it wasn't a trip. It was, we went to serve. And it's a great honor to be a part of this program. And I hope I can expand the program a little more and use my leadership skills to help the incoming Vol Leader program.
I just can't believe that that short amount of time felt like so long. When we were just there, we were just playing with kids, and it just felt great to be able to connect with them. The little things in life that really do matter really come to life when we came back from Belize, because I came back feeling so filled with joy and so filled that I got to be able to live that opportunity.